Welcome back, everyone. We're here today, part 2 of our Cabral HouseCalls, answering our community's questions every Saturday and Sunday. Hopefully, if you're listening to this live, you've been having a great weekend, little downtime, little time to relax, especially as we start this new year. But I also hope that start Monday, come tomorrow, you're right back after your goals. No matter what it is in life, I do think that being in that growth mindset of looking to learn more, be more, do more is never a bad thing. Overdone, of course, anything overdone is a bad thing. But if we're in the growth mindset that, we have this life that we've been given, that we can be grateful for it, even if we're not in the best spot right now. And we can look at this as an overall journey, that we are seekers, that we are looking to get more knowledge about the universe, our creator, the world around us, but also how we fit into this world. I think that that can be an absolutely beautiful thing. So I just try to do my small part here every single weekend, answering your questions. I just opened up our community document right now. I know we answered 6 questions yesterday. We're certainly going to try to tackle 6 here today. All things wellness, weight loss, weight gain, anti-aging. I know we covered all of those yesterday. Hopefully you tuned in. We talked about digestive system, SIBO, biofilms. We talked about mast cell activation syndrome, anxiety related to glutamine. We talked about Vata-based diets, maybe taking in too many vegetables. What else did we talk about? We talked about parasites. We talked about inflammation of the bowels, Raynaud's, and so much more. So that was episode 2528. So you can find that at stephencabral.com/2528. And today's show, if you want to follow along with the questions, is at stephencabral.com/2529. And as you are listening to the show, I would love if you could leave a review on your favorite media player. So whatever you're listening to on right now, whether it's YouTube, Apple, Spotify, etc., if you could just leave a review, that would mean the world to me and my team, because it is actually many of us who are trying to get this message out and reach as many people as possible. So once again, thank you for being a subscriber, and thank you for reviewing the show. Much appreciated. All right, Lewis is up first. Lewis says, "Hi, Dr. Cabral. I was wondering, what are your thoughts on DMSO and MMS, the miracle mineral supplement, particularly when it comes to taking them for elimination on things like SIBO, for example, but also for any other purposes? Thanks." Okay, great question. Happy to help. So DMSO and MMS are not something that I ever use in my practice. So keep in mind, when a client or patient comes to you as an integrative health practitioner or whatever particular practitioner you are, you can't give someone 15 things to take, right? You can give them what they should be using for nutritional supplements, in addition to the whole de-stress protocol: diet, exercise, stress reduction, toxin removal, rest, emotional balance, and success mindset, right? So in addition to that, yes, supplements is one of the 8 parts. So, and again, I talk about these things in my book, The Rain Barrel Effect. It's free at stephencabral.com. So here's the thing though. It's nowhere near my top 10. Like it's not even close. Are there benefits to DMSO? Yes. Related to inflammation, related to pain, and related to potentially cancer-based modalities. Again, I have to give you my disclaimer. I'm not here to provide you with any medical treatments, medical cures, medical diagnosis, or medical advice. But you might want to look up DMSO if you're using or going through chemotherapy or any cancer-based treatments. Just maybe something to look at, okay? So I don't use it, though, for any digestive-based issues. I don't even use it for inflammation or pain. There is some research on it for interstitial cystitis. Yes, there is research on that. I'm jogging my memory brain. Okay, so that's that. So yes, is it possible that I could recommend it for something like cancer support, et cetera? Sure, like that might be something that we look into. No doubt about it. Okay, but not for everyday challenges in practice. Okay, MMS, that is a product that I don't use. There's actually a lot of, there's a lot of FDA warning letters around that product because there is potential for harm for it. And I believe it's sodium chlorite. I believe those are the active ingredients, but again, don't quote me on that. But that is not a product that I use particularly. All right, so thank you for writing in, Lewis. Again, for digestive issues, we run labs: the Candida metabolic and vitamins test, the bacteria and parasite stool test, IgG food sensitivity test, and then we use things like the CBO protocol. So hopefully that's helpful. Melissa asks, what is the safest water system for an in-ground pool? Great question, Melissa. My family and I, just moved into a new home. Literally, we are living in it and kind of fixing it up at the same time. And we have an in-ground pool, which was amazing. That's like if you have kids. It's like their favorite thing in the world. And so anyway, that was one of the deal clinchers is having a pool. But we have a salt, so I recommend a saltwater pool. You need a way to clean your pool. Like that's the bottom line. So you're either using chlorine or you're using salt water. We chose to use salt water, and we have that maintained once a week. It's actually very, very easy to do. You can do it yourself. And then we are looking into ozone as well. So if anybody really knows about pools and like the cleanest, healthiest way to do it, let me know. I've talked to quite a number of people, and that seems to be the cleanest, safest way to do it, to keep bacteria from building up in the pool, because you don't want to obviously swim in bacteria. So that is it. So we are using salt water and we're using ozone. All right. So hopefully that is helpful. But again, open it up to the community. So right here on Instagram in the comments, on YouTube in the comments, or anywhere, feel free to let us know the healthiest version you found for a swimming pool. Patrick is up next. Hey, Doc, hope all is well. Huge fan here. I know you did a lot of podcasts on proteolytic enzymes, but I'm not sure if you mentioned it would be good to take for acne. I believe you say acne is a result of dirty blood, and this enzyme cleans blood, so thought this might work good. Thank you for everything you do. All right, Patrick, you're 100% correct on both. So yes, I would absolutely, like 100% recommend proteolytic enzymes if you have acne, 100%. And yes, I call acne basically an dis-ease of the body of dirty blood. Now, the blood can be dirty, full of excess hormone, that's one. Food sensitivities, that's two. Higher levels of, I don't know if it goes in the same category, but estrogen or testosterone. Like there are reasons why, and those are the primary ones, but there are others as well, like intestinal permeability, leaky gut, all those things happen. But again, it pollutes the blood. So 100% I recommend proteolytic enzymes, yeah, for acne. And for anybody wondering, just head back to my previous shows and check out, I mean, run the Big 5 labs. If you have acne, run the Big 5 labs, like without a doubt. Balancing omega-6s to omega-3s, balancing your estrogen levels, balancing your testosterone levels, balancing blood sugar, maintaining good thyroid, eliminating food sensitivities, repairing the gut, all of those things, because all those things can lead to acne, right? For sure. Okay. Lara's up next. Hi, Dr. Cabral. I'm finally on my first functional medicine detox. Day 4, and I already feel a bit better. Can't wait to see the results after 21 days. Good for you, Lara. That's amazing. So the detox, well, as you're listening to this, because I'm recording the Saturdays and Sundays for family, so I'm recording this on Friday. And yeah, we kick off our big functional medicine detox tomorrow. So I know you can begin at any time you want, but it's pretty amazing because we'll have close to 50,000 people from around the world completing the Equal Life detox. So if you've never heard about it, I mean, honestly, it's the #1 place to get started. If you can do a 21-day, phenomenal. And we'll support you all along the way. Head over to stephencabral.com/detox. Check it out. I have a free course just on the detox alone. If you want to check that out, that's at stephencabral.com/courses, and you can check that out as well. All right, let's see what your question is. Let's see. I'm going to do the 21-day detox, then straight into the CBO protocol and the CBO finisher afterwards. I wanted to ask, during the CBO, would it be a good time to start the heavy metal detox, mold, and ultimate sleep health protocol? Should I wait until the end of the CBO or even the finisher? And when would you recommend the next detox? It would have to be another 21 days, right? After these protocols, my body would be much less toxic. Would also like to ask if you would do an episode about how to properly brew different teas to get the most benefits. I'm mostly interested in herbal teas and ginger tea, but I think the information about all teas would be beneficial. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, happy to help with all of these. I can certainly do a podcast on teas. I'll write it down right here in my notes for future shows. But basically, you can also look it up, and I'm happy to help with this. We don't add boiling water to tea. That's kind of one of the big things about tea. You actually, you want it closer to like 189 degrees, but I'll do a specific podcast on that. And you can set tea kettles for the specific temperature. All right. So you wrote in on October 13th, just so everybody knows, the show is typically about 12 weeks behind. So you get your answer read live in about 12 weeks. And that's because it just matters like how many people wrote in before you, because we just do an order people write in. So it goes 12 weeks of the CBO protocol, and then 12 weeks of the CBO finisher. You don't necessarily do anything during the CBO protocol. And after that, then you would do the mold protocol if you tested high for mycotoxins or mold. If you tested high for heavy metals, you can do that directly after the CBO protocol as well. The sleep health protocol can be done at any time. So the CBO protocol can be done with any other nutritional supplements, not necessarily protocols, but the sleep health protocol, since it's sleep-based, can be done at any time to improve that. And it can be done concurrently at the same time as the CBO finisher, where you're healing and sealing that gut. Now, a 7-day detox would then be done every 12 weeks. It can be done during any of your protocols. So you do your 21-day detox first, then in 12 weeks. So each season we do one in January. So hopefully you're listening to this now and you can do yours in January. We do one the first week of April or beginning or late end of March. We do one the last week of June or 1st of July to start the summer. And then we do one in the fall season about a week after Labor Day in the United States. So those are the 4 seasons we do them. Now you can do them anytime you want, honestly. Like it doesn't have to be with the community. You can do it in February. You can do it whenever you want, whatever works for you. And after you do the 21-day, you can repeat a 21-day, but people are typically doing 7 days for the subsequent detoxes and a 21-day once a year. So hopefully that was helpful. Now, always ask these questions at cabralsupportgroup.com too, because you can get your answer pretty much same day from the amazing Michelle or Daniel. You can listen, and they'll even give you one of my podcasts too, where I go through kind of like how to do all these protocols as well. I have a podcast, 2,529 podcasts as of today. So trust me, I have a podcast on almost everything. And then when you ask like, hey, what's the best way to brew teas? Great. That's another idea for a podcast. So like, keep in mind, this podcast is for our community. When you have a question, if I haven't answered it, it most likely will become a podcast. All right. Thank you. Tanya is up next. And I can't believe it. Is this our last question? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hard to believe, but it is. All right. Hey, time flies when you're having fun, right? And honestly, like people think that I'm a little insane, that I love answering people's questions and I love reading labs. Like that's what I do. That's what I love to do. Teach, which is answering questions, and read labs all day, every day. That is what I love to do. All right, Tanya's up next. Hello, Dr. Cabral. I have 2 quick questions for you, please, and thank you. What are the long-term effects of donating plasma? Is it okay for people to use X-Lax every day? I've seen several moms say their kids with, oh yeah, they use, I understand, yeah. Okay, I also have 2 things you could look into a review. One is the K8 machine, and the other is EMF blocking stickers for iPhone, AirPods, Wave Block, etc. Okay, 100%. All right, let's answer these questions. What are the long-term effects of donating plasma? I know that there's short-term effects. I don't know that there's long-term effects. So short-term effects is the more that you give, the more depleted you're going to be for the next 1, 2, 3 weeks. And I actually know this because I work with a lot of professional athletes, and we do not have them give blood, plasma, anything, if they can, within a month of like competition. And the reason is that you then need to rebuild those red blood cells. And then that means you need more of the vitamins, minerals, and all those things to rebuild those. So you're actually slightly depleted. And that's why, if possible, and some of the athletes I work with have to be drug tested because they're in sports that do drug testing for anabolic steroids and performance enhancing drugs. And so they have to give blood. So that we always just say like, hey, take the least amount that you can take. So you need to rebuild less in your body and as far away from competition as possible. And oftentimes they have no choice. But so what do we do? Okay, if they have to give blood, what do we do? All right, extra hydration, extra vitamins and minerals that are legal to take to get that body rebuilding faster. All right. And the second question is it okay for people to use X-Lax every day? In my opinion, no way, absolutely not, because you're not working on the underlying root cause, right? So check out my podcast on constipation. And if you want, go deep on my course on digestion, stephencabral.com/courses, or just go to stephencabral.com/podcast and search constipation. But constipation, there is a root cause to that. Higher levels of stress, higher levels of cortisol, dehydration, not enough fiber, low peristaltic movement, improper balance in bacteria. Like there's always a reason why. So if kids are constipated or parents are, or adults, honestly, like we need to work on this. We can't because there's an underlying root cause. So X-Lax, think of it as a medication. You're forcing your body to have a bowel movement. If you're not naturally having 1, 2, maybe even 3 bowel movements a day, there's a real issue. Like there's a real issue. And so I just want to make sure, especially for kids, that we're getting that underlying root cause. And then certainly I will look into the products that you just mentioned, and maybe we'll do a product review on our Friday, because every Friday we do a product review on the Cabral Concept. So thank you everybody for tuning into another week of the Cabral Concept. I appreciate you. I thank you for all of your reviews of the show, for your support, your shares, your subscribes, all that. It's been a lot of fun, and I can't wait to do it again for a brand new year. Take care, everybody. Have an amazing start to the week.